Three fingers changed my life. Have you ever tried to fall asleep? Eyes closed, room dark, body completely exhausted, but your brain is still running like you've got 8 browser tabs open and you cannot shut a single one. 73-year-old Mrs. Joe once spent 19 straight years talking to her ceiling every single night. Sleeping pills went from 1 to 3. She tried warm milk, she tried foot soaks, she counted sheep all the way to 10,000, and her eyes were still wide open like headlights. But 3 months ago, she sent me a message. Just 4 words. I dreamed last night. First dream in 19 years. You know what that means. I have seen way too many people believe that insomnia is just a normal part of getting older. So they suffer 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. But today I'm going to tell you something that might flip everything you thought you knew. Insomnia is not because you are aging. It is because one specific switch inside your body has gotten stuck. Where is that switch? And how do you turn it back on? All it takes is your 3 fingers and 5 minutes a day. I know what some of you are thinking right now. Here we go again with those useless home remedies. Hang on with me. I promise you will not be disappointed today. But you do have to give me 3 minutes to explain the why clearly, because if you don't understand how something works, you will never actually do it. Ready? Let's begin. So what is that switch and why does it get stuck? It starts with two nerves inside your body. Think of your body like a car. You have a gas pedal and you have a brake. The gas pedal is your sympathetic nervous system that makes your heart race, your blood pressure go up, your muscles tense. When you are in danger, that nerve kicks in and keeps you alert. The brake is your parasympathetic nervous system that slows your heart down, relaxes your muscles, and makes you feel calm and safe. When you sleep, that brake is working. Here's the problem. As we get older, the gas pedal still works great, but the brake, it gets weaker and weaker. That is why you can be completely exhausted lying in bed, but your heart is still pounding and your mind is still spinning with 100 different thoughts. This is not your fault. It is a problem with your brake system. One of the most common things I hear in my clinic is, "Doctor, my body is tired, but my brain refuses to shut off." Every time I hear that, my heart hurts a little because these people don't realize they are not broken. Their body just forgot how to switch into rest mode. In 2023, the Stanford University Sleep Research Center published a really important study. They followed over 1,200 adults over age 60 for 2 full years. What they found was remarkable. By stimulating a specific nerve point, sleep quality improved by 40 to 50% on average. Time to fall asleep dropped by nearly 40 minutes. And this was completely without medication. You might be thinking, stimulate a nerve? That sounds complicated. How am I supposed to do that as a regular person? It is actually not complicated at all. Because that nerve is hiding right behind your ear. Yes, right where you are touching right now, right behind your ear, underneath that little bump of bone, there is a small dip. That dip is your brake system's on switch. Traditional Chinese medicine has called this the peaceful sleep point for over 2,000 years. Western medicine calls it the vagus nerve stimulation point. The principle is the same. You are reactivating your parasympathetic nervous system. But let me be very clear about something first. And this is important. If you have had trouble sleeping for more than 2 weeks, and you also feel extremely sleepy during the day, or you wake up gasping for air at night, please go see a doctor first. Those can be signs of something else like sleep apnea or a heart condition. You need a real medical workup. When it comes to your health, accurate diagnosis always comes first. Any treatment comes second, but if your main issue is taking a long time to fall asleep, waking up easily in the middle of the night, or waking up exhausted in the morning, then what I am about to show you might truly change your nights forever. Let me ask you a question. What do you think is the most important thing that decides whether you sleep well at night? Most people say nighttime habits. Don't look at your phone before bed. Don't drink coffee. Make your room dark. Those are all good things, but they are not the most important thing. The most important thing that decides how well you sleep at night. It is actually what you do in the morning. Surprising, right? Harvard Medical School did a study. They took 1,000 older adults with insomnia and split them into 2 groups. One group changed only their nighttime habits. The other group changed only their morning habits. 3 months later, here is what happened. The group that changed only nighttime habits improved by about 30%. The group that changed only morning habits improved by over 60%. That is double, twice the improvement. Why? Because your body has an internal clock. That clock controls when you wake up and when you feel sleepy. But that clock needs to be reset every single day, and the time to reset it is in the morning. Think of it like an old mechanical watch. If you do not wind it, it runs slower and slower and gets more and more inaccurate. Your body clock is exactly the same. So how do you wind it? Very simple. Morning sunlight, when morning light hits your eyes. Your brain produces something called serotonin. Serotonin gives you good energy during the day. Then at night, your body converts that serotonin into melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. So let me connect the dots for you. No morning sun means less serotonin. Less serotonin means less melatonin at night. No melatonin means you cannot fall asleep. That is why the method I am about to teach you is not just about pressing points at night. It also includes one simple morning habit. The two work together to maximize your results. All right, you have the science. Now let me show you exactly where to press, how to press, and for how long. If you have a pen nearby, please grab it now. Write this down. Because you can start using this tonight, I am going to teach you 3 pressure points. Do them in this exact order for the best results. Point number 1, Shen Men point. It is on your wrist. Turn your hand over so your palm is facing up. See that little crease at your wrist? Follow your pinky finger all the way down to that wrist crease. On the pinky side of your wrist, there is a small tendon. Right next to that tendon, there is a little dip press there, and you will feel a mild soreness or a dull ache. That is Shen Men. Why do we start here? Because Shen Men calms your heart and your mind. If your mind is still racing with worries and your heart is still pounding, pressing other points will not work well. You have to calm the mind first. Every night before bed, press on your left wrist for 10 seconds, then your right wrist for 10 seconds, left, right, left, right. Do this for a total of 1 minute. Do not press too hard. You want a comfortable, achy feeling. If it hurts, you are pressing too hard. Pain will wake you up more, not help you sleep. Point number 2, Bai Hui point. It is on the top of your head. How do you find it? Put your index fingers on the top of each ear, then move them straight up toward the top of your head. Where your 2 fingers meet, that is Bai Hui. Another way to find it, draw an imaginary line from the tip of your nose straight up. Then draw another imaginary line from the top of each ear straight up. Where those 2 lines cross is Bai Hui. What does Bai Hui mean? It means 100 meetings. Every energy pathway in your body meets right here at this point. Pressing this point relaxes your scalp and your brain. It also helps blood flow more smoothly. To press it, use the middle fingers of both hands, put one on top of the other, press straight down, hold for 10 seconds, then release. Then press again for 10 seconds. Do this for a total of 1 minute. You will probably feel a nice tingly sensation on your scalp. Many of my patients say it feels very relaxing. Point number 3, and Mian point. That is the one I mentioned at the beginning. It is behind your ear. Now feel right behind your ear, there is a round bump of bone. That bone is called the mastoid bone. Right below that bone, there is a little hollow or dip. That is in Mian. You know how people used to wear motion sickness patches on long car rides? They put the patch right here. So you see, people have known this spot was special for a very long time, thousands of years. Why isn't Mian so powerful? Because your vagus nerve runs right through there. The vagus nerve is the core of your parasympathetic nervous system, your brake system. It is one of the longest nerves in your body. It runs from your brain all the way down to your heart and your gut. When you stimulate this point, you are directly activating your brake system. You are telling your body it is okay to rest now. You can let go to press in Mayan. Use both of your thumbs. Press on both sides at the same time. Press for 10 seconds. Use firm pressure, but not so hard that it hurts. Then release for a moment, then press again for 10 seconds. Do this for a total of 3 minutes. A lot of my patients start yawning about 1 minute into pressing in Mayan. That is a great sign. That means your parasympathetic nervous system is waking up and starting to work. Let me summarize the sequence for you so it is crystal clear. Step 1, Shen Men point on your wrist, 1 minute. Calms your heart and mind. Step 2, Bai Hui point on top of your head, 1 minute. Relaxes your brain. Step 3, and Mayan point behind your ears, 3 minutes. Activates your brake system. Total time, 5 minutes every night before bed. Do this lying down in bed. Turn the lights off. Get comfortable. After you finish pressing, do not pick up your phone. Do not start thinking about your to-do list. Just stay in that relaxed state and let yourself drift off naturally. One very important thing, timing matters. If you do this too early, say 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening, the effect can wear off by the time you actually go to bed. If you do it too late, like after you have already been lying awake for 2 hours, it is less effective. So what is the best time? 10 minutes before you want to fall asleep, get into bed, do your 5 minutes of pressing, then close your eyes. That is your golden window. I want to tell you about a patient of mine. He lived in a big city. Let us call him Mr. Chen. He was 68 years old. He had insomnia for 12 years. His main problem was heart palpitations. Every time he lay down, his heart would start pounding so hard he could hear it in his ears. I taught him these 3 pressure points, but I told him to spend a little extra time on Shenmen because his core issue was his heart. The first night here is what happened. After 1 minute of pressing Shenmen, his heart rate slowed down noticeably. After Baihui, the pressure in his head eased. After and me and his eyelids started getting heavy that night, he slept for 4 hours. That was the first time in 12 years that he fell asleep without taking any medication. 1 week later, he texted me. He said, "This week I slept well 5 times. Every time was more than 3 hours." 2 weeks later, his palpitations were almost completely gone. He was no longer afraid to lie down at night. 1 month later, he said something to me that I still remember to this day. He said, "Doctor, I feel like I came back to life. 5 minutes, 3 pressure points. That's simple, and it truly can change a person's life. But I need to be honest with you. Not everyone responds as fast as Mr. Chen. Some people take 2 weeks. Some people take 3 weeks. Everyone's body is different." I had another patient. In the beginning, he felt nothing, no change at all. He almost gave up. I said to him, "Please give it 1 more week." And sure enough, in the 3rd week, things started shifting. So please give your body some time. Do not do this for 3 days. Feel nothing and quit. Stick with it for at least 2 weeks before you decide whether it is working for you. Now you have learned the nighttime method, but remember what I said earlier. What decides your sleep quality is not just what you do at night. It is also what you do in the morning. Now I am going to teach you 2 simple things to do in the morning. Combine these with your nighttime pressure points. 3 tools working together. Your results can double. Morning habit number 1. By 7 o'clock in the morning, open your curtains and get sunlight in your eyes. You do not need to go outside. You do not need to stand in direct hot sun. You just need natural light to hit your eyes for 5 to 10 minutes. Remember what I said about serotonin. Morning sunlight is the switch that turns on serotonin production. Serotonin gives you good energy during the day. Then at night, your body turns that serotonin into melatonin, your sleep hormone. But here is something important that many people do not know. After age 70, your body's ability to produce serotonin drops to about half of what it was when you were younger. That is why morning sunlight becomes even more important as you get older. What if the weather is bad? What if it is cloudy or raining? Turn on all the bright lights in your house and sit by a window. It is not as good as real sunlight, but it is much better than nothing. If you can, go outside for a 30-minute walk. Walk to the park, to the grocery store, to the farmer's market. 2 birds with 1 stone. You get your light and your exercise at the same time. I know what you were thinking. Summer is too hot. Winter is too cold. A lot of people do not want to go outside. So here is a practical solution. Go to the mall, go to a big store like Walmart or Target or Costco. They have air conditioning, they have bright lights, and you can walk for 30 minutes and pick up a few things while you are there. I have many older patients who go to the grocery store at 7 in the morning just to walk around. It is cool, it is comfortable, and it works. Morning habit number 2, when you eat breakfast, chew slowly. This sounds like it has nothing to do with sleep, but trust me, it is connected. The act of chewing sends a signal to your brain. That signal says, "Good morning, it is time to wake up and get to work." That signal helps reset your body clock. It is like winding a watch. So how do you do it when you eat breakfast? Every single bite you take, chew at least 15 times, whether you are eating toast, oatmeal, eggs, or a breakfast sandwich. Chew slowly. Do not rush. Do not swallow after 2 or 3 chews. A lot of older adults barely eat breakfast at all. They have a cup of coffee or a few sips of tea, and that is it. That is not enough. Breakfast is when you wind your body clock. Take it seriously, make time for it, chew your food. Let me tell you about another patient, Mrs. Huang. She was 75 years old. She had insomnia for 18 years. She was very consistent with the nighttime pressure points. She did them every single night, but her results were up and down. Some nights she slept okay, other nights she slept terribly. I asked her about her morning routine. She told me she often slept until 9 or even 10 in the morning, and she barely ate breakfast, just a few bites of something light. I said to her, "Starting tomorrow, I want you to try something different. Wake up at 7 o'clock, open your curtains right away and get sunlight in your eyes. Then eat a real breakfast, and every bite you take, chew it 15 times. The first week, she called me and said, "Nothing has changed. I do not feel any different." I said, "Please stick with it 1 more week." The second week, she noticed something. She started feeling a little sleepy in the afternoon. That had never happened before. She used to be wide awake all day. Now she felt drowsy in the afternoon. I told her that was actually a great sign. Daytime sleepiness means your body is getting ready to sleep well at night. The third week, the real change came. She started yawning around 9 o'clock at night. That had never happened in 18 years by 10 o'clock. She would lie down and fall asleep in about 15 minutes. The fourth week, she called me. I could hear the difference in her voice immediately. She sounded brighter. She sounded happier. She said, "Doctor, I have not slept this well in 18 years. Last night, I slept from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., 8 straight hours. I did not wake up once." Now, Mrs. Huang's life is completely different. She wakes up naturally at 7 o'clock, no alarm clock. She opens her curtains first thing. She gets her morning light. She eats a slow breakfast. She has good energy all day. She goes line dancing. She takes classes at the community college. Around 9:30 at night, she starts yawning at 10 o'clock. She does her 5 minutes of pressure points and falls asleep naturally, and then she wakes up at 7 again the next morning. She said something I will never forget. She said, 18 years of hell turned into heaven. All right, let me put the entire system together for you one more time from start to finish. Morning routine, wake up around 7 o'clock. Open your curtains and get sunlight in your eyes for 5 to 10 minutes. If you can, go for a 30-minute walk outside. If the weather is bad or too hot or too cold, go walk inside a mall or a big store like Walmart. When you eat breakfast, chew every single bite at least 15 times. Do not rush, take your time. Evening routine, after 9 o'clock at night, put your phone away. Do not scroll, do not watch videos. Wash your face with warm water. Let your body know that rest is coming soon. Around 10 o'clock, lie down in bed, lights off. Do your 5 minutes of pressure points. In order, Shen Men on your wrist for 1 minute, Bai Hui on top of your head for 1 minute, and Mian behind your ears for 3 minutes. After you finish pressing, do not pick up your phone. Do not start thinking about problems. Just close your eyes and let yourself drift off. That is it. 2 parts of your day. 10 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. Do this consistently for 1 month. I truly believe your sleep can change dramatically. But I have to say this again, and I need you to take it seriously. If you are currently taking prescription sleeping pills, please do not stop suddenly on your own. That can be dangerous. You need to work with your doctor to slowly lower your dose over time. Never stop suddenly. Please remember that. Now let me paint a picture for you. Imagine yourself 1 month from today, 10 o'clock at night. You lie down in your bed. You do your 5 minutes of pressure points. You close your eyes. In less than 10 minutes, you are asleep. Maybe you get up once in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. You go back to bed. Within a few minutes, you are asleep again. Not like before when you used to lie awake for 2 or 3 hours. 7 o'clock in the morning, your eyes open naturally. No alarm clock. You lie there for a moment. Your body feels light, your head feels clear, you say out loud to yourself, "Wow, that felt really good." You get up and look in the mirror, there is color in your cheeks, your eyes look alive. Not like before, when you always looked half asleep with dark circles under your eyes. You make breakfast for your grandkids. One of them looks at you and says, "Grandma, you look so good today, what's different?" And you smile and say, "Nothing much. I just finally started sleeping well." Later that day, you go to the community center, you see an old friend. They say, "Hey, you look great. Your skin looks brighter. Are you doing something different?" And you say, "I'm just getting good sleep for the first time in years." That can be you 1 month from today. Do you believe it? I've seen too many examples to doubt it. 70 years old, 80 years old, even 90 years old. When sleep improves, the whole person improves. I had an 83-year-old patient say to me, "Thank you, doc. I feel 10 years younger. Age is just a number. Your body still has a powerful ability to heal and recover. It just needs the right key to wake it up." Starting tonight, 3 pressure points, 5 minutes. That is the beginning. You do not need to buy anything. You do not need to spend any money. You do not need to drive to a clinic. All you need is your 3 fingers and a little bit of consistency. Now, before we go, I want to ask you for one small favor. This video, it is too good to keep to yourself. Think about someone in your life. It could be your husband or wife. It could be your brother or sister. It could be a friend from the neighborhood or someone you see at the community center or at your line dancing class. Someone who lies awake at night, drags through the day, and always has dark circles under their eyes. They are suffering, and they might not know that there is a simple, free, non-drug way out. Please share this video with them. Your one small action could end 10 years or 20 years of their suffering. You could help turn their hell into heaven. Also, if you decide to start tonight, do me a favor, drop a number 1 in the comments below. Just the number 1, that is it. That little comment is a promise you make to yourself. It also tells me that today's information was helpful to you. I read the comments every single day. When I see your replies, I know that another person is about to make a change. When you write it down, you are much more likely to follow through. If you just listen, you will forget. If you write it in the comments, you can come back later and remember. And when you see other people's comments, it will keep you motivated. You are not alone. All across the country and even outside the United States, there are people watching this video who feel exactly the same way you do. We can do this together. We can all get better sleep. Finally, I truly hope your nights start changing today. I hope you sleep well tonight, and I hope tomorrow morning you wake up and say from the bottom of your heart, Wow, that felt really good. Thank you for being here. Sleep well tonight. I will see you in the next video. This is for educational purposes only. Always consult your own doctor before making changes. If you're dealing with any health concerns, please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor. I'm here to help you understand the science, not replace professional medical advice.